head of the anthropology department at Auburn University at Montgomery. And I know that had he gone to the public school, I mean, I just know for a fact that he would have been on the scrap heap. Another guy, just as valuable as old Dickie Stubblefield, who went to school with us, and he was kind of silly. He was, you know, he's limited. He's mentally limited. That's just it. But he's a great guy. And organic taught him that, well, you're just as good as anybody else. You're just as, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's something that you're limited in, but so what? The other things you can contribute to this world. And now, Dick's got a daughter that's graduated from college, a son that has. He works at the grocery store. I mean, they say that that grocery store will fall down if he doesn't come to work. He's there every day. He's probably the most valuable employee Mac Greer has in the whole chain. And it's because here's something I can do, and I want to contribute to all I can. You can't make him stay home when he's sick. I think that is a complete success story, just as much as the other.
I'm so glad that you brought that out. And unbeknownst again to you all, and it apparently carried through for many years after Mrs. Johnson's death, she on purpose brought one either physical or handicapped person into your group so that you learned empathy. And remember, all that was expected of you was to be there and to do your best. And what Graham has just told about Dickie Stubblefield is, in my opinion, a story of real success.
Exactly.
And we could go on and on. I know dozens of them. In the same way that, as Graham said, if they'd been in public school, they would have failed, would have lost their self-esteem, and in a sense, given up. And that was, Mrs. Johnson did this on purpose to bring. She went out and sought.
It was wonderful for us. I remember like George Brewer.
Yeah. He was a Down syndrome child.
Right.
But he was a darling child.
He was the sweetest guy in the world, and
we just played with him. He was, you know, a very loving companion. And
yeah, I remember he loved your jaws off.
we just, you know,
Followed
I
you
spent
around.
time with him every afternoon, and I don't know, I was just drawn to it. And he
What
played-
Graham has not done yet is to tell us what he's doing now, and what led him into that and gave him that inspiration to go on with that.
Well, I'm an actor now, and from time to time I teach my art to other people around in this area and wherever. But when I came back from Vietnam and finished my master's degree, I was acting in an outdoor drama up in Ohio. And after that season, I started a children's theater that we toured all around in the Ohio area and played to about 25,000 students in that area. Years later, I came back here and started the American Company in the early 70s. And this was a theater based in Fairhope that toured to about 60,000 students a year. And this would be in Alabama, some in Mississippi along the coast, some in northwest Florida, Pensacola, as far north as Russellville, way up in the north end of the state. And so we would perform about 200 performances, 250 a year, to the kids in the schools and to the people in the communities. And so by that count, in the 5 years I did it, we played to about 300,000 kids, I guess. And one of Mary Lois's actresses, who was like the belle of the ball at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival up here, Maria Jerzevich, right?
From Bay Minette.
Yeah, so was from Bay Minette, and we were talking about, well, why do you do this? You know, a beautiful young girl in her 20s, and like I say, the big actress up at the Shakespeare Festival. And she said, well, a group of actors came through Bay Minette, and
When I was a little kid.
when I was a little girl, and they put on their show, and they let me help them with their equipment, and they talked to me, and they took time with me, and then the next day they came back, and I took my lunch money and went to see it again. I said, that's us, darling, you know. So it was like she was one of my 60,000 kids that year. And so I know if it got to one of them, it must have gotten to a few others around. And basically what all of my shows did was it said to the audience, the kids, it doesn't take a lot of money, it doesn't take a lot of anything. You just get up and do it, and you take a sheet and wrap up in it. That's enough. As long as it's enough for you, it's going to be enough for the audience. It doesn't take